That's one act, right? What's worse? The one act that a pedophile does at some Walmart, or some politicians that sit down and pass laws for an adult to have a marriage with a child, which goes on for years and decades of continuous pedophilia every day through a wedlock. I can't make this up. That's obviously worse. A child marriage is obviously worse because the sexual activity is every single day. And you demonize somebody that did something a couple times. But you're not demonizing child marriage, which they have a whole life, a lifestyle of pedophilia. They done gave them a lifestyle. They're on yachts with this now. They're in the hills. They're living it up doing this now. With child marriage, they living it up. You comfortable now. You ain't got to be at Walmart no more. You ain't got to be at Walmart. You can cook, clean, listen to music, living your dream of being with a child in a child marriage. You should be furious. You should be furious. Do you realize that reality? You should be furious. And they sitting up looking at you. Like, what you looking at? That's how I am these days. What are you looking at? What are you possibly looking at? When people are living their pedophile dream somewhere on a yacht with a child married, and you worrying about what some random pedophile did at Walmart last year. You still talking about these loose random acts of pedophilia when they got child marriage now. You see how them devils done built up? You see what them demons done built? And I ain't talking about no person when I say that. It's spirits, man. It's spirits behind this too. You see what they done built? 44 states, child marriage. That's what the kingdom of Satan done built right here. I tell you just like it is. They ain't nothing but the work of the devil. 44 states marrying children. Got people living it up with children now. You would be disgusted to probably know how one day in a child marriage went. Disgusted. Knowing it's leading up to sex every night. Knowing that. I would imagine they take no days off. Just laying up with a child. Can you imagine this? Just laying up in the bed and everything, man. Taking pictures. The child probably think it's all good. A child doesn't know any better. Can you see, that should anger you even more. The child doesn't even know any better. Like, they don't even know they're in a marriage with an adult. Like, they don't know it's wrong yet until they grow up. And then by the time they grow up, they're like a pet. They're literally like a pet dog. Because they haven't been with the outside world to know that this is wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't know this is wrong. So can you imagine how some children grow up and then it dawns on them, I'm not like other little children. I was never like other little children. I was with this older man. That's all I know. And then it dawns on them, they see other people walking with their children, and then they see a big mommy. Can you imagine the shock that a child that's been in a child marriage would have? They see the child. Let's just say the child that's been in a child marriage see a family unit. They see the family unit, which they ain't seen that either. You see the family unit. You see a big mommy, a big wife, a big husband. Then you see two little children, but they're not with the big mommy or daddy. This is how they're going to break it down. Even though they might be an adult, they're going to break it down like this. That's a big wife, big female with big man. Why isn't she little like me? That's what they're going to think. Can you imagine that? You don't think that even happened once in this world we live in? That some child that was, for whatever reason, how it happened, got into a child marriage with a man. And the first time they see a family unit, the first time, and they see a big mommy, a big wife, and a big husband. That's the way I'm going to put it. 44 states is marrying children, guys. Right now. And if you, and for you politicians, if you were really a good person, if you really are a good person, it's about to be put to a test. It's about to be put to the maximum. This is the showdown. Y'all talking about the showdown. This is it. We're going to see what America is really made of. Yeah, we know you can go kill people, blow up people, but we're going to see what you made of. We're going to see what your integrity is made of. We're going to see what you do when you hear this information. I want to see what Joe Biden would say. I want to just see the look on his face. I want to see what Donald Trump, you know how he try to skate out of stuff. He back paddles. That's the word we use. Let's see what he thinks about it when the last law we passed that I know of was passed July 1st, 2019. 20 states allows adults to marry any age. I want to see how Donald Trump explains that. Can you imagine the looks on their face? You should be, that's what you should be waiting for. You should be waiting to see how these politicians respond. What, you gonna say what I did? It can't compare to that. You gonna shift the blame? You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. I want to see the look on their face. I want to see them try to explain it intelligently. I want to see how they try to explain it according to the government and the politics and all. You know how they are. Well, this and that ain't no excuse. No. This is it right here, buddy. There ain't no excuse out of this one. Yeah. I haven't been playing a game of catching you. You just tried to play a game with me. And unfortunately, a person like me, being intelligent, I'm going to go see who you are. I'm going to go see who you are. That's all that happened. Hey, maybe it wasn't you that played around, but some of your American citizens played around with my life. And me being the man that I am, me being who I am, I went and did my research and found out that you're the one doing it. You're the one messing around children. So you, in essence, if it wasn't you, you have your American community to blame and to think. Which I'm sure you're going to punish them. Hey, you know how it go. Yeah, the secret society, the Illuminati, gang stalking me, playing around my life. They kept playing games. Testing my integrity, playing games. Doing what I call pedophilia entrapment operations. I call it pedophilia entrapment. Pedophilia entrapment operations. Where they're trying to entrap you psychologically as a pedophile. So what they do is They put children in front of you and see how you're going to respond. That's why if you got a whole bunch of children around you or babies being put in front of you over and over, and it just doesn't seem normal. How many of us have lived normal life, right? So you know what a normal walk down the street looks like and feels like, right? If you're a certain age, you know, right? If that didn't start when you was young, then you've lived up to your 20s or better, and you know what an everyday walk down the street anywhere feels and looks like, right? You know what that looks like. You know what an everyday walk down the street feels like, right? I've lived too many places. I know what it is here in America. You can't fool me. Because see, what they do is they try to play on it like, well, it should be normal. You should act normal. No, I should not act normal. And hear this, guys, and you shouldn't either. You should not act normal when it's something abnormal is going on around you. You should not. Nope. They can't play with you like that. That's what makes me a master. I know that it's not normal and I shouldn't act normal. But see, they trying to say, oh, well, if you ain't acting normal, then you're caught. No, I'm not. I know what you're doing. I know that you're doing that's on purpose. I know all of that is staged, no different than a movie. I know. Because I'm close to God. That's how I know. You ain't fooled me. All of that has been staged. You staging all of that, and I call that pedophilia. This is the term I made up. Pedophilia entrapment operations. They're trying to entrap you psychologically, making you feel that you're a pedophile. So they're trying to line up with your synchronicity. This is what this secret society does, the Illuminati. And I suspect Freemasons too. They try to entrap you and make you feel mentally, psychologically that you're a pedophile, therefore hoping that you kill yourself. And for the weak of mind and the weak of heart and soul that don't know themselves, you would think there's something wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you. They are doing that intentionally, and you have the right to act and behave as if you know they're doing it intentionally. You know they're doing that intentionally. You don't have to say, oh, well, I'm just going to act normal. No, you know something going on. You let them know, hey, man, anybody touch me, look, hey. You start carrying, get a gun license. Get a gun license. Start carrying a gun. You don't have to be subject to foolishness. And that's how you know I'm a master. I call all that stuff that y'all going through. If you see children abnormally, just packs of children all the time, that's not normal. You've lived a normal day in America. You know that's not normal. That is not normal. So it's just normal for children to just parade past you all the time. That's not normal. Nah, that's not normal. That is intentional. That's how intelligent. I can't even say it's my intelligence. God has revealed it to me. He has. He showed me. So you don't got to feel like you crazy. Like, well, people say, well, you crazy for worrying about it. No, I ain't crazy for worrying about it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I want to know who's crazy enough to do that. And I want that handled. And unfortunately, in your country, in your community, you go by what, well, we can't do nothing to them because they ain't really doing nothing. Well, I tell you what you can do. You can start freezing bank accounts. You can start freezing monies. Yeah, you can put pressure. There's things you can do, and that's the first thing you should do. You can follow these traffics, follow these people, because they like to drive by too in hordes of traffic and make you think, oh, well, if he think it's us in this driving by, then he's crazy. No, you know the difference. You know what traffic feels like. God has given you intuition. See, what people like that don't know, they think they're masters, but what they don't realize is Just like animals, God has given us intuition to tell us when something's not right. Now, the more you get closer to God, this intuition is heightened. And you're able to see everything that's going on. And that's what they don't realize, is that God gave human beings special intuition and defense mechanisms to understand what's going on, just like animals. An animal knows when something ain't right. A squirrel will sit up eating nuts, right? Thank you for this information, Lord. The squirrel will eating nuts, right? And then a dog can be on the side of the house. No noise, no nothing. And the squirrel was staying right up on his back, on his hind legs, because it knows something is there. If God can do that with an animal, you don't think he gave you nothing? To tell you when something is there and something's wrong? You don't think he done that for you? You don't think he done that for you? Where you can tell the difference between when somebody is around you for the wrong reasons and somebody's around you for the right reasons. Because this is what they play with. Well, you can't really prove it, so it's you that's going crazy. No, God gave me intuition just like he gave a little squirrel intuition so that they can protect themselves. When you know something is not right and something is there, yeah, you know it. In the traffic, when you go in the grocery store, you can tell that's all staged. God has given you gifts to let you know. He ain't going to have you out here dumb, but he got the animal kingdom knowing when predators is coming. The animal kingdom knows when predators are coming. So how come you don't? How come you can't tell when people are preying on you? Because you let people tell you crazy for feeling what you feel. I don't do that. That's why I have arrived to where I'm at now. Because you can think I'm crazy all you want. I know that's not normal. I've lived real life long enough. I can tell it's all staged. I can tell it's all staged. I don't need you. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I know. Yeah, you ain't fooled me. You fooled yourself, thinking you can get away with it. Now look at your country. COVID-19 everywhere, people going crazy. They were doing that to me before COVID. Pedophile entrapment operations, all of that. Gang stalking and all of that. That's what them secret societies, the Illuminati. I marked that they started about, I'll say around almost 10 years ago. About that. And about 2018, that's when it intensified. So that's over 4 years. And so now you got COVID. God said enough is enough. I'm telling you how it is. And this is why you have it. You have this problem in America because of secret societies, gang stalking people. And God said enough is enough. Enough is enough. This is why you have them to think. And you should, if it was me, I would start freezing bank accounts. And that's what I would do. Okay? Because you know what's going on. So then why aren't you freezing bank accounts? They can't beat us. It's flawless. I'm like a tank. They can't beat it. I'm going to keep firing the truth. It's the facts. And you got 44 states marrying children. And so if you don't agree with this part of the show, you don't believe what I'm saying right here, 44 states is marrying children. You can't dispute that. The age of consent is under 18 in 40 states. They the ones doing it, going around gang stalking and playing with people. Now, if it ain't the American government, it doesn't matter. Your American citizens are doing that. You need to get a hold of your people. They got American Social Security numbers, right? Then that makes them officially Americans. For them, come on now. So at the end of the day, it's your liability, not mine. Look, I'm not trying to differentiate. All I know at the end of the day, whoever that is that want to be secretive has American Social Security numbers, which means that makes you liable as the authorities to clean it up. It's your mess. It's not mine. And when my side, the kingdom of God, cleans it up, everybody suffers. Yeah, you sit back and watch this like it's a game. When we clean it up, everybody getting cleaned up. I'm telling you how this go. God ain't playing no games. When you can sit back and do nothing and you sit back and watch and think it's a contest. It ain't no contest, buddy. This ain't no McDonald's Dunkin' Donut contest. Sponsored by 7-Eleven. Nah, this ain't none of that foolish circus foolishness that your country is full of. It ain't none of that. It's not none of that, man. This is reality. That's what I live in. Reality. What happens in real time. And so you didn't get a hold of your people. You may have allowed them to do it. You may have used them. Unfortunately, whatever the scenario may be, it's your liability. It's your liability. And the first thing you should do is start freezing bank accounts. You see all these people driving. You see them abnormal situations. Then you need to go see where they at. Get to the bottom of this traffic. These people that's walking by like it's a movie. You need to go put a trail, find these people, follow them like they following other people, and start freezing bank accounts. You got technology to do it. You got technology to not even do it. Follow them literally. You can follow phones that's in the atmosphere. You can follow cars. You can do that. You can follow cars and phones in the atmosphere. Start freezing bank accounts. That's what you need to do. For whatever reason, their bank account, because that's terrorism. That's what you do to terrorists. These are people that are terrorists. I don't care what you say. That's a terrorist. You got people gang stalking. Gang stalking is terrorism. And you worried about what we doing. Start with the gang stalking, partner. That's terrorism. Hey, if it was going on in another country, that's what you would call it. People riding high all around playing games with people in the society. Yeah, you ain't a part of our society. You made it already clear. You're a secret society. You're that and you're a terrorist. I'll call it how it is. I don't care what you try to act like and morph into, because what they try to do when the law come or the people or the real people, the big dogs come, they try to morph into a fraternity like college kids with t-shirts with numbers on them. All of a sudden, you're a little college kid, a little dorm living college kid. All of a sudden, don't let them play you like that. If they do psychological war games, that is war crimes. That's a war crime. Gang stalking is a war crime. That's what I'm trying to show you, man. So don't let people, they ain't playing me. They are not playing me. I know what you're guilty of. You're guilty of war crimes. You know how much a war crime will get you? You know how much prison time that'll get you, buddy? You know how much prison time you can get for war crimes? Yeah, you thought you could get away with it. You ain't getting away with it. Because if the American government doesn't hold you liable, then God, the spiritual courts are going to hold you liable. When God holds you liable, you're in trouble. That's why you got COVID. That's why you got all all these disasters and destruction. That's why you have all of this going on, because the American government and all these governors and mayors, they did nothing about it. You see it going on. You know, your intuition tells you that something's not right about that. But you keep dismissing it over and over again. You keep saying, well, and then if you do know, oh, well, it's nothing we can do about it. Well, it is something you can do about it. You can start freezing bank accounts. Hey, you know what they're doing. You can't hurt them. You say you can't kill them. You can start freezing bank accounts. That's what you got to do, man. I'm telling you the solutions. Because if you let them run rampant like little college fraternity kids, like it's all good, if you let them do that, it's over, man. God is going to shut the whole country down. And I'm telling you, it ain't going to be me. It's going to be God. Because when he show up, I'm the person to do the negotiating. I'm doing the talking. As far as talking between humans and reasoning, that's what I'm doing right now. By the time God shows up, you get COVID situations. Because he already knows what's going on. What are you going to do? How are you going to talk to him? He's not going to talk. I'm the closest things that it gets to talking in this kingdom over here. In our kingdom, I'm the closest it gets to talking. When God shows up, you don't want that. Because he's not talking. He's wiping it away. The next time God comes, mark my words. Mark my words. The next time God comes and hits you with a plague worse than COVID, it's going to be basically over. This season right now that is upon America is your last chance. I'm telling you, it's your last chance. This is not finna go on for years and years. And you think God already showed me. It's not the bad guy. It's not the good guy that's gonna lose. Because you have people like me through your American history that were assassinated, they were killed. I already know about all that. God told me this time the good guy wins. So you know what that means? All this conspiracy and things that you got around me, all of them finna be hit by something deadly, something crucial. This is the silence before the storm. I'm telling you, you thought COVID was it. This is the quiet before the next storm. And it ain't gonna be COVID. People are so silly. They so silly. They think God can't do something else. You can't afford another disaster, America. Look, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. As far as my human side, I wouldn't take the time to even talk to you about this. This is influenced by, I believe, the Spirit of God. Because I wouldn't myself, much as you done to me, I could care less. I feel like you deserve it. I feel like you deserve everything that's happening to you right now. What God gives you chance and chance. God gives you chances. He's giving you chance after chance. But this is your last chance. You're coming on your last chance. I'm not lying to you. I'm going to do a video about also the prophecy that I gave. I gave a prophecy July 25th. I'm not lying. July 25th, 2019. 24 days before they passed the laws that allowed 20 states to marry children. Before July 1st, after July 1st, 2019, the same month, go look at my Facebook. I did not know the law. I would have been talking about it. When I put two and two together, and I didn't even put this together. At first, I was like, oh man, that's the month that I gave the prophecy. That's the month that I gave the prophecy. July 1st, 2019 is when they had the law, 20 states marrying children with no certain age. I received the prophecy July 25th, 2019, the same month America is expired. See, I was going to save this information about that. I was going to save it and do a whole video. I'm going to still do it, though. I've been saving that. Same month. And people were mad at me that I said it. 7 months later, you had COVID. Look, see, a lot of Christians try to say, oh, what a false prophet is. A false prophet, in essence, is someone that speaks something and it does not come true. That's the foundation. That's the solid foundation. It's not a lack of morality that is the foundation of what a false prophet is. Let's look at it like this. I'm gonna do a video on this too. A prophet or a prophetess is someone, it's a position, it's an operation. And with that operation, you can do something. What you supposed to do is be able to speak something and it comes true. That's the basis of it. Besides the morality, that's the base, that's the function, the foundational function of what it is to be a prophet, not your lack of morality. I mean, not your morality. How can your morality make you a prophet? So it's not your morality, right? It's not a morality or a lack of morality that makes you a prophet, right? Because everybody, okay, so if you had a full morality or good morality, that makes you a prophet? It does not. What makes you a prophet is that you say something and it comes true. Now we can talk about what people can do. We can talk about the sins that people do, but that would still be a person that is a real prophet that's drinking, smoking, or whatever. Their function is still real. Get it? What is foundationally making a prophet is their ability, their God-given gift